The river was on fire. Boats crossed the Volga under a sky torn open by artillery. Tracers stitched the darknesses, splashing into black water already thick with oil and blood. Men crouched shoulder to shoulder in the hollows, gripping rifles they barely knew how to use. Some whispered prayers. Others stared ahead, eyes empty, as if they had already died. Ivan Morozov stood near the bow, snow melting on his cap, the weight of the mossy nagant unfamiliar in his hands. He had hunted elk in the Siberian forests, tracked wolves for days without sleep, but this was different. Here, the ground itself screamed. A shell hit the riverbank ahead, throwing bodies into the air like broken dolls. The boat lurched. A man beside Ivan fell without a sound, his helmet rolling across the deck. "Forward! Don't stop!" an officer shouted, already bleeding from the mouth. They jumped into the water before the boat touched land. The Volga swallowed men whole. Ivan ran, boots heavy, lungs burning, bullets snapping past his ears. The city rose in front of him, a jagged skeleton of factories and shattered apartments, glowing red under endless fire. No orders, no cover, just chaos. A German machine gun opened up from a ruined building. Recruits dropped instantly. Ivan threw himself behind a pile of bricks, heart pounding so hard it hurt. Around him, men screamed for medics who would never come. The air stank of cardite, smoke, and fear. A sniper rifle lay beside a dead soldier, the scope cracked but usable. Ivan hesitated for half a second, then reached for it. He crawled forward, breath slow, movements small, the world narrowing until there was only rubble, shadow, and a window across the street. A helmet appeared. Ivan squeezed the trigger. The shot echoed, sharp and final. The helmet vanished. Another soldier stepped into view, confused. Ivan fired again. Then a third. The machine gun fell silent. For the first time since landing, the noise around him seemed to fade. Ivan lowered the rifle, hands trembling. He had survived his first minute in Stalingrad. He did not know yet that the city had already claimed him. The factory never slept. Even at night, its twisted iron ground like something alive, pipes hissing steam into the frozen air. Snow drifted through holes in the roof, settling on broken machines and frozen bodies alike. Ivan lay motionless on a conveyor belt, the cold biting through his coat, his cheek pressed against rusted steel. Captain Sokolov lay beside him, close enough that Ivan could hear his breathing, slow, controlled, practiced. Sokolov's eyes never stopped moving. He did not look like a hero. He looked like a man who had buried too many. Patience, Sokolov whispered without turning his head. The city rivered patience. Across the factory floor, German infantry moved carefully, boots crunching on glass. 10 new snipers were here. They could feel it. One soldier raised his rifle toward a shadow. Another lied nervously. Ivan adjusted the scope, the world shrinking into a narrow tunnel. He remembered his father teaching him to wait for the animal to breathe out. The same rule applied here. The first shot dropped the lead soldier mid-step. The second hit the man reaching for him. Panic exploded. Germans scattered, feeling wildly into the dark. Bullets sparked off metal inches from Ivan's face. He did not flinch. Sokolov fired honest, clean, efficient. A grenade clattered onto the floor nearby. Ivan rallied, heart slamming, as the blast tore the conveyor belt apart. Shrapnel sliced the air, dust swallowed everything. When it cleared, a German soldier stood 10 meters away, staring in shock, rifle hanging uselessly from his hands. Their eyes met. The man was young, younger than Ivan. His mouth opened as if to speak. Ivan fired. Silence. Returned, broken only by the distant thunder of artillery. Ivan's ears rang. His stomach twisted. He wanted to vomit. Instead, he reloaded. Sokolov placed a heavy hand on Ivan's shoulder. "You hesitated," he said quietly. "Don't do that again." They slipped deeper into the factory, leaving the bodies where they fell. Above them, the roof collapsed under shelter. The city kept burning. Stalingrad was teaching Ivan its second lesson. Mercy was a luxury the dead could afford. Don't come without light. A grey fog clung to the ruins, thick enough to swallow sound. Ivan lay hidden in the upper floor of a shattered apartment block, his rifle resting on a windowsill chipped by bullets. Across the square, the remains of a school stood like a hollowed skull. Its walls packed with impact marks, its playground buried under rubble and snow. He had been here for hours. No movement, no shots. Silence was the most dangerous sound in Stalingrad. Below him, a German patrol crossed the open ground, slow and cautious. They were bait. Ivan knew it the moment he saw the spazzing. The way their heads turned just a little too often. He resisted the urge to fire. His breath fogged the scope. He whipped it with his sleeve and waited. Then he felt it, the pressure at the back of his neck. Another sniper, watching, measuring. Ivan shifted the rifle a fraction, not toward the patrol, but toward a dark slit between two collapsed walls. Nothing turned. Still, he waited. A broken clock hung on the school wall, its hands frozen at some forgotten hour. Seconds stretched into eternity. A glint. Ivan fired instantly. The recoil slammed into his shoulder. Across the square, dust burst from the rubble, and a man screamed. A German sniper rallied into view, blood sucking his coat, clawing at the ground before going still. The patrol scattered, shouting. Bullets tore through the apartment. Plaster exploded around Ivan's head. He crawled back, heart racing, dragging the rifle behind him. A shell hit the building next door, the blast throwing him against the wall. His ears rang, his vision blurred. When the noise faded, Ivan lay gasping, fast pressed into dust and glass. He lay on us, short and broken, then forced himself silent. Fire away, artillery answered artillery. The fog lifted just enough for the sun to show, pale, cold, anchoring. Ivan crawled toward the stairwell, leaving the window behind. Somewhere out there, another sniper was already taking his place. Stalingrad did not end duels. It replaced them.